This Global Dokkan campaign has no limits, so how good are the new LRs? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan Battle video. Finally got a chance to sit down and take a look at the new LRs, as I mentioned earlier today in a community post. Had to work, so could not tune in live. But we are here now, later in the afternoon, taking a look at the brand new Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and their counterpart, the Super Saiyan Rosé, Goku Black, and Zamasu, the two LRs for this year's Global Dokkan Campaign. So we're going to start by taking a look at the animations and then go over the kits and talk a little bit about what to expect. There's going to be quite a few videos dropping today in related to the information that we have come across, as well as preparing ourselves for tomorrow's summon. So let's hop on in and let's start by taking a look at the animations here. So do whatever you need to do. I'm sure most of you guys did see the animations already, but I still want to check them out and talk a little bit about them myself. So let's go ahead. Let's pause the music here. All right, and let's take a look. All right, all good. Adjust the volume and let's do this. Hey, so we got the banner unit Champa. Okay, nice. Ooh, I like Goku's animation here. It's basically his rage when he when Goku Black tells him that he killed Chi-Chi and Goten. This is perfect. Oh, they did do it. Okay. I was wondering if they were going to do the God Kamehameha, and they're doing it. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, does this mean he's going to do the Kinkai Fists? Oh, no, he won't, because his active... Yeah, okay, this is his active.
I told you we needed a plan, yet here we are.
Relax. I'm sure we'll find a way. We always do.
Sure, except for all the times we've died.
Oh, that's the exchange mechanic. Okay. Oh, I love it. Yes, they did the Vegeta beatdown of Rosé. Ah, yes. Perfect. Oh, the final flat. Oh, yes. Oh, man. That's right. It did look good. I did see a brief clip of this earlier. Oh, that's hot. That looks really good.
I'll defeat you for my son and for the
What's this is active?
father.
Oh, don't tell me. No!
Come on, Trunks. Give it all you've got.
Sure thing. This is the power of Portal! It's you and me now.
What? They redid the father-son Gallic gun? And then here's the fusion for Vegito, the active skill. Okay, not gonna lie, that actually looked really good, that transition.
One who can manage that little trick.
Ooh. Oh, that sick KO screen. Look at that. Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed that they redid the father-son Gallican. I was hoping they would go for the Masenko, Final Flash, and Kamehameha that they do against Zamasu, but I mean, at least it looks good. I'll give it that. It does look good, but with the Int one on their way, I don't know. All right, let's take a look at Rosé's animations. Oh, wow. Okay, his are actually really fluid. I like that. Kamehameha. actually looks really good. Wow. Oh, is that a KO screen?
To bring about the justice I desired, I needed the perfect sympathizer as my ally.
In this timeline, there is no one who can stop us. We have all the power here.
The two of us alone.
Ooh, I like that. That's their tag animation.
Our virtuous plan, the Zero Mortals plan.
We are sentencing the most unsightly beings to the heaviest punishments.
Dude, why are their animations so much better than Goku and Vegeta's? Okay, so that's Rosé, and now this is Zamasu. Oh, look at that. Zamasu's battle motion. Okay, and then here's Zamasu's active into Fusion Zamasu, also an active skill. Oh, that's the Fighter Z entrance.
Bear witness as I show you the power of my divine light.
Age of Judgment.
Okay. Alright, I dig it. Okay, I like Vegeto's KO screen more, but overall, Rosé's and Zamasu's animations are better, it feels like. Okay. Alright, not bad. I think my only disappointment is the reusing of the father-son Gallican, but other than that, it looks alright. So let's go ahead and let's hop on in, and let's take a look here to the kits. We'll start with Goku and Vegeta here, so... let's hop on in. So, they are Future Saga and Fused Fighters, Key 3, HP 200%, and Attack Defense 170%, and an additional 50% to Bond Parent and Child or Final Trump Card. So, not a bad leader skill. It's not as all-encompassing as I had hoped, but it's still not a terrible leader skill, right? You can literally run the best fusion in the game all on one leader skill, so I mean it's not terrible. They are also super SDR types for those that weren't aware. So attack and defense 200% receives an additional key 2 per key sphere obtained per superclass ally or future saga ally on the team, whichever has more members. Attack and defense 50% up to 150%, and chance of evading enemies attack and damage reduction 20% up to 60%. So that's not bad. So on a full super team, which you're likely going to be running them on anyways, you're going to have 60% damage reduction. That's pretty good. When all allies attacking in the same turn are super class, or when there's another future saga ally attacking in the same turn, launches an additional super attack with chance of evading enemies attack 20% and damage reduction 10%. Okay, so on a future team, right, you're looking at 70% damage reduction right there. When activating the active skill or when attacking with 18 or more key, effective against all types, and attacks 200%. When receiving an attack, defense 180%, and starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle is when they can perform the exchange. Okay, not bad. Looking at their active skill is the fusion into Vegito. It does raise attack by 300% temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and gives a permanent attack and defense 20% buff to them, as well as nullifying attacks that are guaranteed to hit, making it impossible to evade these attacks. So basically, right, it's UI's domain, but through an active skill, and it does seem like that is permanent rather than just the turn. So like if you activated this during you know, a dodge capsuling event, for the rest of the battle, you would have a guaranteed dodge. Or not guaranteed dodge, but they would not be able to cancel your dodge. So that's pretty good. Combined with the support that it's given, that's honestly not that bad. So let's actually take a look here at their super attack effects. Does this show both of them? I don't think so. This might just be... let's see here. Yeah, I think this is Vegeta's. Okay, why does it not... Why does it not want to show me Goku's? Okay, well... I mean, basically all you need to know is he is great. He is infinitely greatly stacking, so 50% raise attack on his 18 key, and then on his 12 key, he's greatly stacking attack and defense for 1 turn on his 12 key. So, you know, he is an attack stacker, but the defense he gets here should be enough post super, actually. Let's check out Vegeta real quick, and then we'll actually pull up the stats here. So, oh, here it is. Oh, that is such a weird way to do this. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, greatly stacking attack and defense, and then raising allies' defense by 60% for 1 turn. So, if he were slot 1, which I'm kind of unsure if they can go. I think they can go slot 1 with the 70% damage reduction. I think they can be fine slot 1, but we have to see in game. But 60% defense raise is going to be really nice for those allies there. And then once they exchange, right, we are looking at a key 7, attack and defense 200%, high chance of performing a critical hit, high chance of evading enemies' attack, damage reduction rate 40%, key 3, and attack and defense 80% for the character and allies, including Trunks, as the 3rd attacker in the turn, gets 150%, performs critical hit. When attacking with 18 or more key, you get attack and defense 250% and launch an additional super attack. When activating the active skill or when attacking with 20 or more key, you get defense 150% and launches an additional super attack. And then if we hop over here, we can see their active skill. So the active skill is massively raising attack temporarily, causing ultimate damage, giving them guard. And permanent guard, and future saga allies gain an additional 15% plus additional 10% for characters who also belong on Parent of Child for 4 turns. So not bad. It is, I mean, this is basically a domain, though. It's just so weird why they didn't just make this a domain. This is essentially what this is. So it's an active skill with some support, and it gives them guard. So I mean, honestly, not looking too bad there. For their super attack effect, massively raising attack and raises defense for 1 turn. So this is not a permanent stack, and then greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. So I mean, realistically, it seems, looking at these guys, that they are designed to be run together, right? Like designed to have one Goku running next to somebody, and then, you know, with the slot 1 possibly covered, or even them covering slot 1, and then the Vegeta floating in slot 3 for that slot 3 passive. So that's kind of what it seems like they want here. But even then, right, because I mean, I don't really see why you would give up stacking attack to swap into Vegeta. I mean, I just don't understand, unless they are intending you to have both of them, which is kind of what it seems like here. Okay. All right, let's hop over and let's take a look at the Rosé here. So the Rosé is a Carnival LR STR Extreme, and they do lead super bosses. Rosé is the first form. He gets attack and defense 200%, receives an additional key 2 per key sphere obtained, attack and defense 80%, and effective against all types for allies who include Goku Black. So that's kind of interesting, right? And the reason this exists is essentially because of all of these guys here. We are getting a free-to-play Goku Black clone team, which is kind of nice. We don't usually get this, but hey, we'll take it. Yeah, but you know, we haven't had a new free-to-play team in a while, since the Saiyan Saga team, so this is kind of nice. I am appreciative of this. Looks like they could be pretty good. We're not going to break them down in this video. We'll have a separate video for that, but they do look really, really good here. So that's probably what that part of the passive is for. Looking at the rest of it, though, per extreme ally or future saga ally on the team, depending on which has more, attack defense 50% up to 150%, and chance for a critical hit and damage reduction rate up to 60%. So essentially the same thing that the Goku and Vegeta have. When all allies are extreme, or when there's a future saga ally, they have guaranteed guard. And when activating the active skill or attacking with 18 or more key, 200%, and launches an additional attack with a 70% chance of becoming a super attack. They get defense 180 when receiving an attack, and meets up with the Zamasu from turn 4. So it's essentially a mirror of Goku and Vegeta. although greater support. Now, in the Rosé form, he has the Holy Light Grenade as his active skill, which massively raises attacks temporarily, causes ultimate damage. All attacks become critical hits, and Super Boss's category allies 15% attack and defense, and additional 10% for Future Saga for 4 turns. So essentially, the reverse of Vegeta. That's basically what it is. He buffs Super Bosses and Future Saga. For his super attack effects, he is greatly raising attack and defense on his 18 key, and greatly raising attack and defense for the turn on his 12 key. So pretty nice there. Let's double check here for his, or it would be here, right? So let's double check that 18 key. I think he has support as well. Yeah, so, and then he gives 60% attack support for his allies. So Vegito as / Goku and Vegeta are more defense oriented. This guy is more offense oriented. So once exchanged with Zamasu, right, he has key 7, attack defense 200%, high chance performing a critical hit, guards all attacks, and attack defense 200%. Future Saga extreme allies get an additional 10% damage reduction rate, and then attack defense 200%, launches an additional super attack, and attack defense 300%, and performs a critical hit, and recovers 6% HP of the damage dealt when 60% or less. His active skill fuses into Zamasu, massively raises attack, causes ultimate damage, and gives himself attack 40% for the rest of battle. His super attack effects on his 12 key greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, lowering defense, and on his 18 key massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and causes mega colossal damage while also recovering 20% HP. So I do like that Zamasu has some HP recovery. So once again, like the Vegito, they are, despite the fact that they are a 220 for super bosses, they are designed to be run, to have both of them run. You want Rosé to be stacking that attack, so to unleash the active skill here. So it does seem like the first forms are more of the big attack forms, and then their second forms are the support forms, which is nice. So, but again, it does seem in order to make full use of either of them, you are going to want to have both a leader and a friend to make full use of them, because I mean, to me, it seems like if you were running Goku and Vegeta, for example, there is almost no reason to swap into Vegeta, especially since he's not offering anything different in terms of build up until that final phase. Where he would be beneficial is giving that extra attack and defense for the active skill for the Goku or for the other active skills. So it's really dependent. I guess we would have to see how hard that hits, right? Like if he just doesn't hit hard at all, then Vegeta may be the better option just to buff the other allies that are going to be on the team doing big damage, like the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or the Vegito or the Gods, right? These guys are going to be great link partners with the Gods, by the way. So same thing goes for these guys here. So all in all, they look really good. We do have a new Champa. He is essentially STR Krillin from the World Tournament, if you guys remember him, right? He has 166% attack and defense. He has chance for a critical hit, damage reduction rate 22%. He gives Realm of Gods and Universe 6 allies key 2 and attack and defense 66%. So not only is this a hit buff, this is also Super Boss's buffs. This is really nice. When all allies are Realm of Gods or Universe 6, he gets 166% attack defense. Or attack rather, and chance for a critical hit and damage reduction rate 22%. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to AGL, or to rainbow key spheres, except for AGL and Fizz. He gets defense 111% per key sphere obtained, right up to 166. So 6 key spheres will get him his max possible defense. With 6 or more key sphere, he also has an additional 22% damage reduction rate. So that's right, plus 666% defense. He's also got an additional, right, what is that, 66% damage reduction rate. And then if you get 12 or more key, he's got 66% attack, and or 166% attack, 66% chance of getting an additional attack and defense 166, and 6% chance of an additional attack 1666. So it's kind of got that chance like the Fizz champ I had. So honestly, I mean, he'll be a nice little addition for Rosé's team, because obviously Rosé wants super bosses around, so this would be really helpful for him. So all in all, it all looks good here. Really excited to see what's coming here. We do have a lot of new events here to utilize these characters. We are getting the STR Zamasu Goku Black, his EZA. For free-to-play unit, this guy does look really good. If we want to take a look here, he is raising attack and defense for 1 turn on his 18 key, so he's not getting any defense raises on his 12 key here. But still pretty good. He's got attack defense 159%, changes key spheres Fizz to SDR, launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. He lowers superclass enemies attack and defense 30% and gives extreme allies attack and defense 40%. He's got 20% damage reduction for the first 4 turns when there's a future ally or future enemy, or when all allies are extreme class. He gets key 3 and 40% damage reduction and crit, and for every attack received he gets key 2 up to 10. When attacking with 12 or more key, he gets attack and defense 159%, 18 or more key 159% defense, and when target enemy is 59% or less, or attack down or defense down, he gets an additional 159% and critical hit. And he has the after delivering the final blow effects with attack and defense and chance of evading enemies attack 59%. So honestly, for free to play units, super easy A, looking pretty good here. The last little bit we have in the data download is, of course, the Vegito and the Rosé. Vegito's Super Easy A has him, well, wait, no, this is this his Super Easy A? Pre-Easy A, yeah. Yeah, I believe this is his Super Easy A stats here. Yeah, this is, because he didn't have this before. All right, so Super Easy A, key 2, attack defense 200%, damage reduction rate 20%, launches an additional attack, each of which has a high chance of becoming a super attack. Randomly changes key spheres of certain type to rainbow key spheres. Attack defense 150%, and for every attack performed, he gets 30% attack within the turn. He gets damage reduction rate 60% temporarily and counters with tremendous power. So basically, when receiving a normal, so 20% regular damage reduction, 60% when receiving normals. And when receiving a super attack, he has a high chance of evading and a chance of evading enemies' attack 30% when HP is 70% or less. So if you're low HP, he's gonna have a pretty good shot of evading. But all right, you know, it's typical with these Vegito counter units where they're really good at countering the normals, but the super attacks is where you got to kind of watch out. What's nice is when he is on a superclass team or a future saga team, not only does he have effective against all types, which is going to help his counters, he gives superclass allies attack and defense 40%. So he's a 2-turn support for super allies and just 1-turn support for extreme allies. So really, really nice. Do like that about him. He's going to be really good. He's gonna be doing what he did before, maybe not on the level of what he was doing before, but he's gonna be really, really good. He's gonna be dishing out some good counter damage, which is gonna be helpful for the future saga team if you're gonna be running future saga, because you don't have that Tech Vegito to save your butt. So gonna be real nice to have that. AGL Rosé, going to be real helpful for the new STR Rosé. He's got attack and defense 200%. He's got damage reduction rate 20%. All allies key 3 and attack and defense 30%. Launches an additional super attack. When receiving an attack, he gets 200% defense, an additional 100% when HP is 70% or less. And for every attack received, he gets 60% up to 300% and chance for a critical hit 10% up to 50%, with damage reduction rate 25% up to 50% within the turn. So he's essentially Int Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, basically, is what he is. So he's going to be great in the 3rd slot. When all allies are attacking in the same turn are extreme, well, there's another future saga ally. He has guard. He gives superclass allies 20% rate, and he gives extreme allies 20% crit for 2 turns. So that's really, really helpful, especially for Rosé and Zamasu. Now, he is greatly raising attack and defense for the turn. All right, so like I said, with the guard and then additional damage reduction within the turn, that's, again, essentially Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is how he's going to work. So he's going to be a great addition for the new Rosé's team. So all in all, I mean, if we put everything together, the 2 Super EZAs are great. They are pretty much on par for what we expect for Super EZAs. This guy, for a free-to-play unit, he's now got some real good use. I don't even think he had on release a decent use, but now he does. He's going to slide right pretty nicely into Rosé's team. And honestly, looking at his passive, he should do well on most of the current red zone fights, so no surprises there. Again, we do have these guys. I'm not going to break down every single one of them. I'm going to have a separate video for that, breaking down all of them and what I think you should build their hidden potential, so stay tuned for that. But all in all, we are looking at a pretty good part 1. We have a brand new event, no idea what to expect from it, only that it is set to be pretty difficult. We also have the new event to recruit the Goku Black clones, new Seriously Serious, and then a boss rush for the Divine Wrath and Mortal Will. And if you remember, these stages were pretty hard, so I'm hoping this is going to provide a decent challenge, because I remember they were pretty challenging initially. So guys, that is it for our video. That is my thoughts on the LRs. I think they are good. I don't know if they quite match the hype up of an anniversary level, but I am very excited. I'm very happy with what they did. They did do them well, right? If the function is to play the tag mechanic, I think they executed that function very well. I was a bit hesitant when the details were revealed, but having some time to look through and kind of analyze what they're doing, I think they're going to be great. They're going to work well in almost all content that we have currently. The blue, I think they can do well enough in Festival of Battles. The blues can, at least, because they have access to Vegeto's team, they have access to G4, they have access to a lot of the characters that can do it. I don't quite know about Rosé yet. I think Rosé is going to depend on how his team plays out, or how teams he can slide into play out, but currently I don't think he has a place where he can go. Maybe on Hit's team he can get away with it, but it does mean you're sacrificing, I think, a couple other primary characters that are needed to execute that fight with Hit's team, but we'll see. So guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what do you think of the new LRs? I think they're great. I think they're not quite at the Vegito and Gogeta level from 10th anniversary, but I would put them somewhere. They're right around, you know, top 6 or 7. It's kind of hard to beat out the year 7 EZAs, right? So they're somewhere between 5 to 7 for me, but I'm curious to see what you guys think in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.